there is a real unrest here in New Zealand about a lack of response from our major parties. And isn't this a time to show leadership, Mr. Brownlee?
Yes.
Well, 2 points. There has been continuous response from the caretaker government.
I think you mean from the Greens. There's been continuous response from the Greens. I think that's what the Greens aren't the caretaker government, Mr. Brownlee, but that's what you mean to say. There's been a continuous response from the Greens
and the incoming government, and that is what Mr. Hipkins was articulating at the start of your article today. The second thing is that it didn't prevent him from going out as Labour leader and taking a position yesterday. I think that
well, then shut the fuck up about complaining about it. You've just said he can do it. He's done it. So what are you whinging about?
The difficulty yesterday was his accusation that we had not supported a ceasefire. Of course, we want a ceasefire, but I think recognise that New Zealand is not going to be one of the countries that can make an immediate difference here. We have to be in lockstep with others so that we are moving towards the goal that we all want.
Exactly. We're too small, so why bother? Mr. Brownlee.
Fucking pathetic.
Nuclear free in the 1980s, following your idea. Doesn't matter. What about anti-apartheid marches in the 1980s? According to your principles, can't do anything. What about women in the vote? According to your principles, doesn't matter. Can't influence the world. And I'll tell you what, I didn't feel this earlier, Chewy, but I'm fuming. Like, I'm actually really, really, really angry right now because this kind of bullshit, and Chloe Swarbrick does a very good job in a minute of interviewing David Seymour and asking him questions that the media won't. I don't want to criticize Jenny May because it's a media thing. Big, big, big holes in the conversations. Like, I could never, not that I would ever get asked, but I could never work for a plus like this because I don't know how I'd stop going, you're fucking kidding, right? Are you fucking serious? Like, I just don't know how you wouldn't do it. Like, dude, okay, so you've said about Hamas. What about Israel? No. Come on. You said both sides. You said both sides, both parties have conditions. What are the conditions of Israel? And let me say this: people will criticize this as being oversimplified. If Israel said it's a 5-day ceasefire, right? If one rocket comes across the border before the 5 days is up, then we're resuming. Or if the prisoners or the hostages aren't released by the end of that 5 days, then we're resuming. Then you know what? People like me, I'm not saying I would jump in their camp straight away, but I'd be like, well, what do you expect, Hamas? They gave you the opportunity and you couldn't do it. I'm not saying that would then solve everything, but they just won't. They just will not do it, Chewy.
Wait, you've listed off a lot of the political aspects, so you forced me into a corner of listing off all the sporting analogies. You know, we're a small country, so there's no point in hand building a motorcycle and taking it to the salt flats and breaking land speed record.
Yep.
You know, we're a small country with no money. There's no way that we can compete in the America's Cup. I mean, it's called the America's Cup. Why bother? You know, it's just we love the plucky can-do Kiwi story, don't we? Until it fucking matters. And then National just they tuck their little bollocks up inside their body and go, oh, we surely we can't say anything lest the bigger countries think poorly of us. You know, we must wait for our colonial overlords to tell us our position. For fuck's sake.
Even Elva didn't like that analogy, that visual imagery you gave.
No, Jerry Brownlee, he is currently, according to me, the holder of the collective National Party testicles. They're inside his body now.